Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. New FEH trailer, new heroes, Attuned, and Ginnungagap. I said that right, maybe. Okay, we're gonna take a look right now. Obviously, I know who two are. Not shocking, but I'm assuming it's a blazing. It's kind of... Are they just not doing Ascended heroes anymore? Because that kind of...
I am the ruler of nothingness.
Dude, that thing goes hard, though.
Of dreams.
I like the voice. Oh, we're not going to scroll. Okay, we're coming back to that. We're coming back to that. We'll come back to that.
Into oblivion.
I love that lethality's already there. I will be doing a follow-up video tomorrow with whomst I'm planning to give all that to and what my goals are. No, they did not put Isadora on here.
My pride shall not be broken.
Oh,
my strength holds true.
Oh no, that's like the one blazing character I want. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What have we done?
I would rather die a knight than live a
Harken's
shame.
here too? I'm getting hit with nostalgia right now. Are we scrolling? We are not scrolling.
Forgive me.
Okay. Alright. Not scrolling. And then Attuned. Well, I'm assuming is Nino. What color are you? Are you green?
I don't know if you noticed, but these clothes are just like Jafar's.
Green.
I'm so excited we get to match. What?
So was an Attuned hero just a rearmed and ascended combined? Like the outfit of an ascended and like the weapon of a rearmed? Is that what's going on here? Never mind. Attuned heroes make me mad. Is all. they make me mad. Alright, we'll talk about that in a minute. Yowza.
Can't stand in my way.
Will! Wait, is Will the free? Is he the freebie? My queen. Okay. I'm feeling a lot of things right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't see anything about a new 4-star. We do have some time left. Ah. Okay, so an instant emote. That's sad. That's sad. Attuned heroes carry special attuned skills. Yada yada. That's so great. That's so great though. And but they don't go anywhere. Threaten speed. Bro, Jafar needs more than that. What are we doing here? Oh wait, is there more? 2 times? Wow, okay. That's tight, that's tight, that's tight, that's tight, that's tight! I will so obviously if you're gonna spark both times, then you definitely want to spark these two because they have the most reusable value. I genuinely want these two. The funny thing is, I see the value of getting Nino, so I would definitely spark her. I'm probably not pulling green otherwise. I need, like, I think minimum 5. Probably minimum 5 of them. G Dave here. And then, but dude, I genuinely want these two the most. These two are the most hype for me. And also Will, who is an instant demote. So maybe I'll find him while searching for my dagger fodder. Maybe. That's my hope. But we'll definitely do a 2-spark on this. That guarantees me at least one and then lots of chances. Hopefully. But dude, Isadora is so cool. She's like a late game paladin that you get. So she normally doesn't see a lot of love. And then Harken's just an absolute unit. And I love him too. Will being in this demo is sad. I hope maybe there will be a quest where we get like a 5-star version of him for free or something. I don't know. I'm just wishful thinking. Okay. Let's take a look at our free unit, who is going to be Fargus. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's much more fitting for a GHB than Will would have been. Oh, I got so excited. I want to listen to this theme one more time. Dude, that's such a bop.
I am the ruler of nothingness.
I love that.
The ender of dreams.
I love the voice too, honestly. Alright. Remember, I'm literally going to record it right after this. I will have a video of my top 5 daggers that I am going to build with this baddie right here. And hopefully... God. Hopefully things are good. Alright. Fatal Smoke 4. Foe cannot recover HP during or after combat. Neutralizes foe's non-special if foe would reduce damage or unit's HP to 0. Unit survives 1 HP. Ooh. Okay. So we are neutralizing non-special miracle effects. Is what that means. After combat, inflicts deep wounds and a penalty that neutralizes non-special if foe would reduce HP to 0. Unit survives. Yada yada. On target and foes within 2 spaces of target through their next actions. That is really good because I know Fallen Maria specifically was able to give that. And then I think there's another unit that got released not too long after her that was giving like Drive Miracle, essentially. But that is not bad. That's pretty good to have, I would say. Now, Fatal Smoke 3 on the downside is not widely available that I am aware of. So there's that. So inheritance for that's going to be a little bit of a pain. The good news is that we are dealing with a cav unit, right? Fire Flood Boost is going to be very, very specialized for any unit that actually wants to inherit it. Right now, there's like maybe 3 or 4 units in the game that actually want this as their primary A slot skill. Like it's their best in slot option. So more than likely, what you're gonna do is inherit the Arcane Void and Lethality, or Fatal Smoke 4. That's probably what you're gonna do. And if you're going Fatal Smoke 4, you're probably putting it on a ranged Cavalier. Okay? Probably a Tome, specifically. So, can't use Void or Lethality regardless. So, while I do often complain extensively about how Inheritance is busted, and while we can duplicate skills, that's great, the pre-fodder for it is still an absolute financial nightmare to try and get. I think that this kit itself is decent enough that you don't have to really worry about that, because you're really going one or the other, as opposed to some of the Arcane Tomes, for example, where we've just had a lot of options for weapon inheritance, but then also, you know, they're a flyer or they're an infantry, and so there's a bunch of different skills that could have been for A through C. And so it made choosing an absolute nightmare for certain individuals and those like me. So there's that. So that's my blanket coverage there. Let's get back to this. So Ruler of Nihility is the preferred B skill, the unique B skill. Start of turn, inflicts attack defense -7. Discord, mine's not up right now, and status preventing counterattacks on nearest foes within 5 spaces of unit and foes within 2 spaces of those foes through their next action. At start of combat, if foe's HP is greater than equals 75% or penalty is active on foe, inflicts attack defense -5 on foe during combat, and also if unit's attack can trigger unit's special, grant special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack during combat. That's pretty good. I wasn't expecting that ending, that initial cooldown before attack, as a thing. I wasn't expecting that. That's kind of neat. So overall, this is basically this whole thing here between Fatal Smoke and Ruler of Nihility. It's basically paralyzing the enemy team. They're making it so they can't survive stuff. They're making it so they can't counter the status of preventing counterattacks. Gets, that all of these things are basically making the enemy team more vulnerable at a distance. Because it's not just the enemy, it's within drive distance of the enemy on other enemy units, right? Which is pretty nice. This is definitely something that we don't have in the game yet in terms of uniqueness, at least on a dagger specifically, I think. So perhaps this is ushering in a new era of dagger supremacy, which I don't know that daggers. When lethality came out, I guess there was a little bit of dagger hype. But the problem is outside the preferred daggers, there weren't a lot of great options. So I don't think we ever really had an era of like absolute dagger dominance. But maybe now with a hopefully decent inheritable, we might be moving into something more close to that. So Arcane Void. Accelerate special trigger. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than equal to 25%, grants attack speed defense res +5 to unit. Inflicts attack speed defense res -X on foe, where X is equal to the highest penalty on each stat between target and foes within 2 spaces of target. Ooh, that's really nice. That's really nice. I love that Fire Flood boost is also here. Because somebody like Zephia, for example, really, really likes that. Okay? And she is just an absolute penalty queen, and we love that for her. So this pairs really nicely with Arcane Void and, like, a free-to-play unit that pretty much everybody would have access to, right? Just mild observation there. Okay, anyway. Within 2 spaces target, calculate each stat penalty independently. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack and grants special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack. Only highest value applies, does not stack. Okay, so we get Slaying, which means lethality is already at 3 on G-Dave here. Okay, we're getting a +1 charge, so 1 attack is going to drop us down to 1. But when you factor in this initial cooldown here from Ruler of Nihility, we are basically at a net 0 after 1 attack, and our special is charged. So I am assuming that it might be possible if we are speedy enough. I don't know that I saw what our speed was, but if we're fast enough and we double, or we just get a double, we will be able to proc a lethality every turn, I think, is what I'm understanding here, which is kind of huge, honestly, for her specifically. Pretty big. You're not going to have that leisure on every unit, though, because, you know, they're not going to have real utility. So you may still need to run, like, a times pulse 4 or something in your C or something along those lines, or do something to guarantee follow-up, or, you know what I mean? But you've already got the charge up here. And you've got the guaranteed follow-up, right? So that's kind of nice. All right. Overall, I think that this is a very good dagger that benefits a lot of old dagger units, which is pretty much all of them, because most new daggers have a preferred skill. So probably don't want to put this on them. But having the guaranteed follow-up is really nice. Getting the +1 charge is really nice. The insane spread of debuff based on penalty, that gap, that's pretty huge. A lot of units are going to like this. I'm a big fan. My goal is to build an absolute baller Tethys. That just a little preview. That's a little preview. So we get the follow-up. So we're probably not fast. I recant my previous statement. Yowza. Okay, scary. And then we have Isadora, who I'm just gonna drink in this nostalgic
My pride shall not be broken.
Blazing Blade
My
music
strength
here.
holds true.
There are definitely 2 stars on this banner. One of them is not Isadora. Yikes. Okay, so basically what we have with her is she's got a preferred lance. Okay, she is a lance cav. Sorry, didn't say that before. She is a lance cav, so she's got that going for her, I guess. They don't always have awful kits. So we do have attack speed clash. We have a defense attack defense snag 4, which is the newest snag skill. We're inflicting attack defense -4 on foe during combat. If a movement skill is used, by unit or target's unit inflicts attack defense -7 and sabotage on nearest foes within 4 spaces of both unit and target ally after movement. Of those foes equipped with a skill that can trigger savior effect through the next action. So it spreads to them too, which is kind of cool. Outside of that, reposition, probably to pair it with snag. No C skill, none here. No special, fair enough. Guarding lance, we have slaying. If a rally or movement skill like reposition is used, by unit or target's unit, grants attack speed defense +6, bonus doubler, ooh, and foe penalty doubler to unit and target ally, or unit and target ally for 1 turn. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack speed defense +5 to unit, neutralizes effects that guarantees foes follow-up attacks, and effects that prevent units' follow-up attacks and reduces damage from foes first attack by 40% during combat. So her weapon's really good. Her weapon's definitely really good. It's kind of like, especially with the bonus doubler, I'm thinking of like Legendary Elwood, where he's just kind of like a rally bot. Here, it almost kind of seems like we're wanting Isadora to be an assist bot, where we're movement botting her. But you know, overall, I don't think you're probably getting her for class. I think you're probably getting her for the movement combo, which I guess is fine. It's sad to see her reduced to being what is basically a movement bot, but you know, hey, we all need those on on the squad. So that's, you know, that's okay. That's all right. I kind of want to see. I'm living in my nostalgia right now. Straight up. I'll put Nino up here. And then we have Harken, who looks great.
I would rather die a knight than live in shame.
It's true. I believe that. He's got his hero outfit, which is pretty baller. So Brash Assault 4. Nice to see that, honestly. More accessibility is always a good thing. Attachments Clash 4. Okay. Which he does. He is an infantry unit, by the way. I keep not saying I keep not saying what the weapon and movement type is. He is a sword infantry. So based on Bonfire and the Tactiments Clash, and then also Brash Assault, I guess, to an extent. I'm assuming he's going to be a very defense-heavy unit. Troubling Blade has Slaying. Unit attacks twice, regardless of phase. That's the paraphrase there. So, dual Brave unit. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater or equal to 25%, grants Omni buff of 5 to unit, reduces damage from foes first attack by 40%, and grants special cooldown charge plus 1 to unit per attack during combat. Only highest value applied, does not stack. For each foe within 4 spaces of unit can move to any of the nearest spaces adjacent to that foe, unless space is an impassable terrain. Well, that's kind of sick. That's a nice little plot twist there, because like I wasn't really sure where they were going with Clash until that until that very last sentence in the weapon description. So that's fun. That's neat. Overall, it's cool. Like, I think both Harken and Isadora have like fun techs built into their weapons, and honestly, they are not going to be the showstoppers. Okay, obviously that's G-Dave and Nino, right? But he does have some really unique tech, and I can appreciate him for that. I cannot in good conscience tell you that you should probably summon for him unless you really, really like him. Same with Isadora. We'll give Nino her spotlight here. I'm not trying to give Harken and Isadora their due here, but
Just like Jafar's. I'm so excited we get
Infantry Green Dagger. Okay, can I just say this is such a fan service heavy Nino. Like this this is what people have been wanting who are Nino fans for like a really long time, I think. Ever since we got like that flyer Nino years ago, people are like, okay, but when's Jafar Nino happening? And when I say fan service, I mean just not like, you know, provocative or whatever, but you know, the truer definition of fan service in that this is like the Nino fan Jafar shipper's dream unit right here, where she's basically dressed up like Jafar. I think the look is good. I think they did a nice job of blending like true Nino with like a Jafar aesthetic. And I'm not really a Nino fan. I'm gonna keep it $150 with you all. So I can see and appreciate what we got going on here. We have not a whole lot of new stuff, I think. Obviously Flash Sparrow, we've seen that before. It's been out for a little while now. Draconic Aura, right? Speed Defense Tempo 4 is going to inflict speed defense 4 on foe, neutralize effects that grant special cooldown charge plus X to foe, or inflict special cooldown charge minus X on unit, and reduces the percentage of foe's non-special reduced damage by X% skills by 50% during combat. So we have just the newest flavor of Tempo 4 here on Nino. So Gondel is the Dagger Happy Banner. It's going to have Slaying, obvi. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, we're getting a buff of attack speed plus 60 unit, and allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. If unit initiates combat or foes range is equal to 2, we're going to get an omni buff of 5. Grant bonus to units attack equal to X, and speed defense res equal to 50% of X, where X is equal to the highest total bonuses among unit and allies within 3 spaces of unit. Alright, so our attack is getting the max buff of that, and the speed defense res is getting a half buff. Alright. And reduces damage from foes' first attack by 30%. First attack means first strike. Yeah, if it means that, yeah. And restores 7 HP to unit after combat. So this is like a slightly tankier Nino, is what I'm getting from this, but not like super, super tanky. I think she's basically meant to hold on for dear life. I think that is the vibe, right? So obviously we're reducing damage reduction skills here by almost half, 45%. Or no, by half, yeah, 50%. We're getting charges, which is fun. I'm kind of surprised they just didn't slap lethality on her. I'm gonna be honest. This feels a little bit cheap, I think. But that is what it is. What else do we have here? I think we have a scroll, no? Yeah, there we go. There it is. Alright, so Fanged Ties is our preferred. This is where all the new stuff happens. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants unit can move 1 extra space, and Canto 1 to unit for 1 turn, and also grants the following effect to unit based on value of unit special cooldown count. If at maximum, grants special cooldown count -2. If at its maximum value -1, grants special cooldown count -1. So basically you want to run, if you're doubling, okay, combined with Flash Sparrow, obviously. You want to run, I guess you could run a 5-turn special, because you have Slaying and the weapon, so that would make it 4-turn, right? And if it's at its max, which would be 4, you get a 2 count. So then you'd be down to 2. You attack once, that would take you down to 0, and then you get to finally proc your skill. That's if you have a 5-turn cooldown, right? Obviously, if you start with a 3, it's already down to 2, right? You're getting the cooldown count up to, so you're already at a net 0. Your special is procced before you attack. So if you start with a 3-turn cooldown special, then you will basically have your special ready to go upon combat start. So those are kind of the two differences that we're working with there. I think probably sticking to a 3 makes sense. Anything more than that, you're going to need to double, right? But that's what that is. Fleeting Echo is our newest X skill. Our newest, God, what do they call it? Attuned skill. If unit initiates combat, grants speed +2 to the unit and reduces damage from foes first attack by 30%. Alright. I mean, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. I don't know that speed +2 is really going to do a lot for you. That my concern with attuned skills, with echo skills, if you will, I feel like the stat buff alone on them is so minimal that we are entering a new era of like min-maxed heroes. And I don't have the energy to min-max that stuff. Like, I'm not going to be trying to calculate the minimum amount of speed investment that I need. I played VGC, okay? I've done the Genshin Impact thing. I barely do it in Sara. I'm not... I refuse to min-max my speed on units, okay? I'm not going to calculate which level of Dragonflower I have to go to something. That's crazy. But for some people, they really enjoy that. My concern is that is the era that we are entering into, and it makes me scared. It makes me scared. But obviously, outside the +2 speed, right? The 30% damage reduction is just a way more valuable effect that gets added in here from Fleeting Echo. So, concerns aside, that's kind of a dope skill to have. Certain Echo skills are certainly better than others. I will give it that. But yeah, I think overall, this is a pretty well built out unit. And I think Nino fans are probably pretty pleased in general on this one. For sure.
Can't stand in my way.
I love that for her. Alright. Again, you can spark twice. This is the final chapter of book 7. So this is all she wrote, folks. After this, we'll begin book 8 sometime in December. And we'll see where it goes. I'm excited to see where book 7 ends. It's been my favorite of all of the books so far. I feel like the characters are pretty well written in this one in particular. Outside of maybe book 3. Book 3 still holds a very special place in my heart. I feel like that's the first time they really like went to a different place with the writing. Yeah, book 3 and book 7. They've both left an impression on me that makes me appreciate Heroes a little more than what has been in the past. So I'm excited to see where it ends. I hope you are too. But that is it for this. I hope you found my insight helpful, or my analysis was insightful to you in some capacity, or you just liked hearing me talk. Either way. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Literally tomorrow. I'm going to record that like right now. So come back for that. See you later.